The newest American president is standing up to his counterparts around the world, whether they be friend or foe. And reaction is coming in from around the world. He started his day at the National Prayer Breakfast, an annual event that began under President Eisenhower. Today, President Trump reiterated his warnings to Iran and is about to back it up with new sanctions. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts has details tonight from the North Lawn. Good evening, John.
Brad, good evening to you. It is the first punitive action that the newly minted Trump administration has taken against another country, a sharp response to Iran violating a United Nations Security Council order.
Nothing is off the table. Right.
White House sources say the president will impose new sanctions against Iran for its recent test of a medium-range ballistic missile as soon as tomorrow. The White House insists the test violates a UN Security Council resolution, though it does not abrogate the 2015 Iran nuclear deal brokered by the Obama administration. The sanctions will target more than 20 Iranian entities for terrorism or missile-related activities. The White House had to get creative with the application of sanctions for fear of itself violating the nuclear agreement. The missile launch is the first test of how President Trump will deal with the nation he claims rolled the United States in a bad deal and now just wants to cheat. Iran is thumbing its nose at the president, an advisor to Ayatollah Khamenei, dismissing what he called, quote, useless threats from a, quote, inexperienced person. But there is plenty of support for new sanctions on Capitol Hill.
When you hear about the tough phone calls I'm having, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
The president is finding less support for his dealings with a strong ally after what is described by White House sources as a frank phone call with Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. The president is said to be deeply disappointed in a deal cut by the Obama administration in November to take in refugees living in offshore Australian detention camps.
President Obama said that they were going to take probably well over 1,000 illegal immigrants who were in prisons, and they were going to bring them and take them into this country, and I just said, why?
When details of the call became public last night, the president took to Twitter, writing, quote, I will study this dumb deal. It was too much for Senator John McCain, who telephoned the Australian ambassador to apologize on behalf of the United States.
This, in my view, was an unnecessary and frankly harmful open dispute.
While he despises the deal, the president did agree to honor it, with the provision the refugees would be subject to extreme vetting, which seemed fair enough for the Australian Prime Minister.
You've got to remember what the president is doing, and I thanked him for that. He committed to honor a deal done by his predecessor that, no doubt, or he would say that he would not have done himself.
And in a move that initially provoked concerns among conservatives, the Treasury Department today modified sanctions the Obama administration slapped on Russia in the wake of the hacking scandal. Under pressure from U.S. companies, Treasury rolled back restrictions on the sale of some information technology items to Russia. The White House says the change was in the works during the final days of the Obama administration, but took a while to complete. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer insists the Treasury Department was not rolling back Russian sanctions, simply an adjustment that created a carve-out that American companies had been clamoring for. Brett?
John Roberts live on the North Lawn. John, thank you.